Cristiano, good to see you. How is it there in Vegas?
Good morning from Vegas. Good to see you too. I'm sad you're not here, but it's been great. It's good to be around people. I think there are lots of excitement news from Qualcomm, and so far we're very happy with the show.
Well, I want to start off with autos because I know you're talking quite a bit about that. And I think the analyst notes have been interesting lately. I've been engaging with them. They've been tending to put you in an infotainment category and not as much in the autonomous driving category. You've got digital cockpit, which is some of that entertainment, but you've also got digital chassis. Explain how you look at this very important consumer market.
Look, this is an excellent question. What I saw during the press conference we had yesterday, for the first time, many of the analysts came to me and said, I got it. Now I understand it. Look, the strength of Qualcomm is to tackle everything as a system and look at technology disruption. So what we have done, and the reason we've been so successful in automotive in a very short period of time, we look at what is it the automotive industry needs. They build platforms. They don't build components that go to cars. They build platforms. They build an engine that they use across a number of lines, multi-generations. They build a chassis. They build a unibody platform. So we know that the most important assets of the cars now are the digital components. So that's what we built. We built an entire digital chassis that a car maker can innovate upon that and use it across generations after generations and across every single car. And the chassis has everything you need. It has connectivity of the car with the cloud. It has the service platform as the car become a service hub for distribution of media, for data analytics and everything.
Right.
It has the digital cockpit and it has the ADAS and autonomy. And as we explained to the show, we also showed the increasing momentum, more and more automakers signing up for the digital chassis. We've been talking about that when we were in New York Analyst Day. And since that time, just within a few months, we continue to see more traction. So we announced the increased traction with digital chassis,
right,
and all of the design wins around it.
So, Cristiano, if I were an investor, and of course I'm not because I'm a business journalist, but my concern would be that the car companies historically have taken a long time to build in technologies. The refresh cycle hasn't been great. And even now, what you have is people bringing smartphones into cars, and those have pushed the car makers into wanting to innovate more quickly. And of course, Qualcomm did very well in smartphones, and now you're expanding. But how do you model what the opportunity is when the cycles for cars are so long and people don't swap them out necessarily as often as they do phones?
Well, look, I wish I had more time. I can talk to you about that for days, but maybe I'll highlight a few things. The reason this is getting traction is because exactly that's the problem. Look, when you look at the valuation of Tesla, and car companies understand they are going to become tech companies. They need a platform for innovation. That's what the digital chassis is. And it's not about a single component. It's not about the infotainment, about the connectivity. It's about the whole chassis, including ADAS and autonomy. We're designing so ADAS is going to be as pervasive as airbags. It's going to be from entry-level cars to high-level to premium cars. And can they have a platform for innovation that over the lifetime of the car, they continue to add services, do over-the-air upgrades, and add new capabilities? Eventually, the service revenue from the car could be as big, if not higher, than the profit of selling the car in the first place. And I think that's the reason our solution is resonating and we're getting traction. We're working with now all the car makers, and we're super excited about the traction. Now, one thing I want to tell you, I heard you mention about Qualcomm is, people look at Qualcomm as infotainment, not ADAS. That's a mistake. When we had our New York Analyst Day, we announced BMW has selected Qualcomm for their ADAS and autonomy platform. Then just less than in a month, we had our tech summit. We had Cadillac Lyriq with Super Cruise GM with Qualcomm. And then in the show today, we have new companies like Renault adopting the entire chassis, including ADAS. So we're seeing traction continue to add, including ADAS and autonomy for